Hey guys, so I thought I would do a WIP update and also sorry, I've been sick actually as well, so if my voice sounds a bit weird, that's why. Yeah, I was in the middle. I'm about a week, maybe a week and a half into doing my vlog for this month, and I've just decided screw it because I've been watching a lot of Flosstube because I've been sick this past week, and I don't know why, but it's only just dawned on me that absolutely nobody is doing vlogs. No one. And I don't know why I'm doing them. I love watching vlogs. It's like my favorite thing to watch on YouTube. And I love making vlogs. So that's pretty much it. But then I think, wow, nobody else is doing this. Maybe I should just get on board with the whole, I don't know, what is it? Does everybody do an update like every 2 or 3 weeks? Whenever they do updates. I don't know, at least once a month, right? I had to get on board. I can't be the only one doing vlogs. Okay, and another one is that also I just really wanted to do the 20 random facts. I've been watching them on YouTube, and yeah, I don't know, it's fascinating in some weird way. Anyway, I'm just gonna do a quick WIP update just on my cross stitch only, because I know that in my previous videos I've always thrown in my knitting and crochet stuff, and this month I made a promise to myself that promise to you guys that that I was not going to do that, because this is Flosstube, right? And it's just about cross stitch. So yeah, anyway, sorry, I need to drink water. Oh, thank God. I thought this was empty for a second and I was gonna flip. I was gonna be like, what? You know that thing, like when you pick up, when you make the effort to pick up your water bottle, it's empty. It's just so enraging. Oh my God. And I hit my tooth. So I have to admit, with my 20 random questions, I really could not think of one single question. And so while I was going through YouTube and watching everybody else's ones, I was just kind of stealing a few of their ideas. Yeah. Anyway, right. WIP update. So this month, I'm not organized at all because, like I said, I was just like in the middle of doing my vlog for this month, and I'm not sure how I feel about not using all of that footage just yet. You know, and anyway, that's okay. I'm cool with it. It doesn't actually bother me that much, to tell you the truth. It's actually kind of late. It's going on 10, so I have to keep this reasonably short. Not that I'm working tomorrow, because I'm still, you know, still sick. I'm going back to work, what's today? Thursday. I'm going back to work Saturday, bright and early. I work in a bakery. Well, it's not exactly exclusively a bakery. It's actually a supermarket that has a big bakery in it, along with other, like a deli, there's like a butcher, seafood, and then like the groceries, fruit and veg, and all that. It's actually a really cool supermarket. No, I'm not bragging, it actually seriously is. It's a kick-ass supermarket. Anyway, WIP update. This is called the Purple Fairy, and that's my progress on it. I don't know what else to say. It's just straight up Ada, because I'm learning how to do this thing. Do like cross stitch a large project. So it's Ada, and what else do I say? It's white. I have no no idea. And it's called Purple Fairy. I have the picture here. It has been in my previous videos before. Anyway, that's that, and obviously I've done this section. So that's it. Yes. I feel like I've done an awful lot. Like I've spent an awful lot of time working on this, and yet I have hardly anything to show on it. And it's weird because I feel like it should be almost finished by now, and it's only just begun. So, wow, that's going to take me a long time. Anyway, I have been working on this the last couple of days because I took a break from it. And yeah, I'm enjoying it again, so that's good. That's awesome actually, because I was really worried that I was just never gonna go back to that. Anyway, second, this is literally it. Because I do knitting and crochet, I don't do a lot of cross stitch because I've got other things other things to do. Anyway, this is my second project. And this one here is almost finished, and I've only been working on that for like a week. Something. A fortnight? It feels like I only just started this and it's almost finished, and I like that about cross stitch things. I don't know, I like that. But also I've also discovered that I like the balance between having a small cross stitch project and a large one, because it gives me a good balance, because if I'm just constantly changing thread and doing the confetti thing, that gets irritating. But then also just using the one color gets a bit boring, so you can change it up. And yeah, and I'm not sure if I would have 3. I feel like I would like to start another cross stitch project, but at the same time I also get a bit weird about not finishing like once I start a project, I really like to just wrap it up, get it done. I don't know why. I don't like things just sort of sitting and gathering dust. I don't know, it's weird. But anyway, if I did start another cross stitch thing, it would have to be smaller than this or of the same size as of this, and not another big one. I can only deal with one mega cross stitch thing. Oh my god, I do not know how you guys do it with the massive, the heads and everything. Like, and you guys have like 3 going on. Oh my god, that would do my head in. I would lose it. I would lose the plot. I really would. Anyway, moving on to the 20 random facts things. Okay, number 1, phobias. So I really have let's just launch straight into it. Oh yeah, I should wait. I have to show you something. Okay. This guy, sorry, Black Ada. I don't know, DMC thread. And I got it from here. This was something I got from what you guys or Americans call a thrift shop. In Australia we call them an op shop or an opportunity shop. I don't know why that is, but that's what we do. So it is from the American School of Needlework, and I've shown this one in a previous video, and that one is from 1996, and I'm doing the Expect a Miracle one, which you will not be able to see because I'm not doing this correctly. But you know, you get the thing. It's this. Wait, it's this guy right there. Yeah. Okay. That's that. I feel like I've done that some justice, because I just kind of like, yep, this is it, and there it is. So anyway, thank you very much to Linda Gillum and Holly Dufont. Thanks, bro. Okay, 20 random facts. So number 1, phobias. I feel like I have many, but I don't really. Seriously, my biggest all-time phobia is when people touch me. Like, it's okay if it's my partner, but if it's anybody else, I just flip and I just freak. Especially hugging, I just can't handle it. Like, and all of my friends and my partner's friends and my family, they do not get it. And they make a point of giving me a hug every time they see me, and even just thinking about it. Okay, number 2, first crush. I didn't actually think about this one. I just wrote it down. So first crush, I have to think about that. The one that is coming to my mind, which is going to make me look like a psychopath. What was that? I was in high school. I think it was like my first or second year of high school. I saw this guy that was on this bus. I was waiting in this school bus stop, and I saw this guy on this bus, and I turned to my friend and I was like, I have to date that guy. And never happened, but I wrote him letters. She went on the same bus as this guy. So every day, almost every single day for a year, I wrote this guy a letter, and then my friend would give it to the guy. He would read it and never reply. Never replied. And one day, like years later, out of the blue, his girlfriend at the time came up to me and she was like, hey, what was with the letter thing? And it got really serious. And I did not know what to say. And I was out of my depth, and I was just like, dude, I'm so over that. Are you serious? But anyway, whatever. That was my first crush. Okay. Fact number 3. Have I ever been stranded somewhere? That's my question to me, and I'm trying to think. I might come back to that one because I did not think about that, and I'm sorry. Number 4 is another one that I had not thought about. Okay, number 5. Okay, pet hate. My biggest pet hate would have to be... now I feel like there's so many. I was going to say my biggest pet hate. Okay, so I'm a clean freak, and I like my things to be organized, and you know. And my partner leaves. She leaves things like, say I'll have like this. So if she was to use a pen from here, she would not put it back. She would put it near or next to it, but not in the thing. And yes, that happens on a daily basis. And I have to say that I'm coping with it quite well, thank you. And I'm managing. No. I think that would have to be pretty big pet hate. What else? Oh gosh. Trying to think. Don't know. I hate pet hate. Okay, I hate going to the bathroom. The whole notion annoys me immensely. I'll be in the zone writing something. So I'm writing a novel, and that's a thing. Another big part of my life. But anyway, I'll be sitting. I'll be in the zone writing this amazing scene, having the time of my life with my characters. And then I have to go to the bathroom, or else I'll be laying in bed and I'm like, wow, it's so warm, I'm so comfortable, I could just lay here forever, and then I have to go to the bathroom. Or else I'll be watching a movie, like in the cinema, or on the couch, or when I'm at work and I'm, things are really, really busy and I have to serve that customer because I work in customer service, and I have to go to the bathroom, and I just think, that is just the worst thing. It's a waste of my time, and it's annoying. So I really, they would have to be I think going to the bathroom would have to be higher on the scale of pet hate than my partner leaving something out of a container, because it doesn't It does bother me, but not immensely. Anyway, okay. I've actually written down questions for me to answer, and I didn't actually answer them. I just wrote them down and assumed that I had. So, who got me into Flosstube? I don't think nobody that I know personally, because I don't know anyone in my own personal life that actually, one, does cross stitch, and two, is even on YouTube. Like in Australia, I don't find I don't know anybody that's really on YouTube, like not regularly anyway. Like they might have posted a video, but it was years ago when it wasn't even cool. I don't know, so I don't really know, which makes me feel like a real oddball. But yeah, no, I don't know anybody that does cross stitch, not my age anyway. There's probably some old ladies out there rocking it, but yeah, not within my knowledge there are. Anyway, so who got me into Flosstube? Oh, I don't know. I don't even know. I did have a favourite Flosstuber, and I won't say names, but that was very inspirational and motivational, and I just wanted to do craft videos, so that's what I think I just started out doing random videos for the hell of it, and then it became a regular thing, and then it sort of went more into my craft stuff, and then it sort of blended between craft, my life, and writing, and then each kind of sort of went off in its own tangent, and now I just do whatever. Like last year I was doing writing vlogs, this year I'm doing craft vlogs, and that's not, there's no plan, it's just whatever I feel like doing, whatever makes me happy, whatever I'm most inspired or most motivated to do at that point in time. That's the thing that I'll sort of focus on more. So yeah, but anyway, probably the person that I really like watching, I really like watching their Flosstube videos, and and I think that's how I got into it. Sorry. Okay, so going back, that was number 6. So going back to number 3, stranded. I remember listening to this really cool story on somebody else's 20 random facts thing about how they got stranded. And I'm trying to think of, have I ever been stranded somewhere? I don't think so, but it does remind me of this time that there was this, so where I grew up, there was a forest behind my house. It was like a pretty big forest, and there were people that actually lived like really deep into the forest. I'm not sure why. Even as a child, I remember thinking, why would you live there? I don't know. It sounds really judgmental, but I just didn't get it. I didn't understand why. But anyway, there was a house fire. It was one of the houses that were really deep into the forest. And myself and my cousin, who was pretty much like my sister because we were together almost all of the time, until puberty hit. And then she discovered boyfriends, and that was the end of that. But anyway, we used to do all this stuff together, and this one day we were on our bikes and we were somewhere near the forest or something. But anyway, we saw like all this smoke and things, and we were just like, hey, let's go and check it out. And it was really weird for us because we actually were terrified of being in the forest. But this one day we're just like, screw it all, we're going to ride into the forest to this random person's house, and we're going to watch their house burn down because we can. And anyway, long story short, her parents freaked out because they could not find us. Everybody was looking for us. Nobody could find us because we didn't say, hey, we're going to go off and do this random thing. Like, we just did it. And yeah, her dad was extremely angry. Really mad. And he thought, like, I think somebody saw us going into the forest, and you know, dark. It was like getting dark, and we had not come back. And I think that her dad thought that something really bad happened to us, because, you know, that there's like other people around in the forest, like camping and stuff, and you just don't know who is camping in the forest. So yeah, he was thinking 2 young girls have gone missing. They were last seen going into the forest. Great. And when he finally found us, and we were at the house just watching it burn, I think we were just fascinated. We were just like in awe of this house burning down. And it was just, there was all this commotion. Like there was the fire trucks, and they were like running around trying to put out the fire. There were the people trying to get all their stuff, and it was just full on commotion and chaos. And we were just like, wow. Yeah, and anyway, and we just heard like her dad just yelling out her name, and he was just like, Kylie, and he was like really full on, like really like desperate to find her. And when he did, he absolutely flipped. He did his nut, and he was like, you are going home right now, little lady. And he actually chased her. She was on her push bike. He made her ride her push bike home. He got in his car and started chasing her back home, and he was beeping the horn. He was going mental and just screaming out like, you do not do this. And I was kind of there, and I felt really bad because I was the older one, and I was meant to be the responsible one. And I was. And yeah, but he didn't blame me at all. I got off the hook, and my parents did not. They were just like, when I got home finally, they were like, oh, where did you go? And I was like, just saw this house, but I'm like, hey, whatever, because my parents really didn't like each other, and they spent pretty much every moment of the day being very angry with each other. So myself and my 2 brothers, we could literally do anything in the world, and it did not faze them at all. So yeah, I felt really bad for my cousin. And yeah, it was bad. Anyway, that's more of a story than a fact, but it is still a fact because it still happened to me, right? Okay, and I'll go back to number 4. So that was number 3. This is number 4. Revenge. I'm trying to think if I've ever got my, got revenge. I don't think I ever have. Okay, so that's a fact about me. I have never got my revenge on anyone that's done anything bad towards me. And yeah. I don't have the angry trigger. Like, I just go quiet. That's as much as I do. So you can pretty much do anything, and I'll just stand there and just be like, okay. That's, yeah, I don't really have the angry thing, the rage thing. Although, if you mess with my pets, if you hurt my pets, yeah, that's different. But, yeah, otherwise I'm just like, yeah, whatever. We're up to number 7. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a zookeeper, and that was my aim in life. Because I loved animals, even as a really little kid. There's this photo of me patting a panther. Sorry, mountain lion. Yeah, I was like, literally, like, I was this little girl, and like my mom, used to dress me up in dresses with the frilly white socks and the black shoes, shiny black shoes, and the whole deal. Totally not me, but hey. Anyway, yeah, and there's like a classroom sitting around in this sort of field thing, and I'm like this little kid out there patting, like, I'm like literally like, ooh, mountain lion, like, yeah. So I loved animals, and I wanted to work with lions, either lions or tigers. That was my thing, and I used to draw animals, I don't know, nearly every day when I was a kid. And I had a lot of like stuffed toys, and they were all animals. And I used to read all these books about animals, and I still do today. if there was anything on TV about animals, I would watch it. And I was like that person, that weird person that knew everything about weird animals. And I'm like, oh yeah, no, but it comes from here, and this is what it eats, and it dies when it's about this old, and this is how they reproduce, that kind of stuff. Anyway, so that's number 7. Number 8, I can drive a motorbike. Because I grew up in the country, we used to ride motorbikes for fun. So I learned on a 4-wheeler, and then I advanced eventually to the 2-wheeler, which is just standard motorbike, and they're all dirt bikes. And we used to just drive around on motorbikes. And then later, when I was working on a farm, I used to use a motorbike on a daily basis. So that was a useful skill. That was actually, yeah, it was useful. Don't know where I was going with that. Excuse me. Number 9, I'm not allergic to anything. I don't have any allergies at all. Sorry. Yeah, no, I don't have any allergies, and that's cool. Number 10, I almost died eating a pea. It's true. When I was a kid, I was eating my dinner, and somebody, I think one of my brothers, I've got 2 older brothers, one of them said something that was really funny, and I just cracked up laughing. And I was just at that moment, I was like eating peas, green peas, and it got stuck in my windpipe, and my mom had to rush me to hospital. I nearly died. Seriously, I nearly died. It was really scary, and I could not breathe, and it was like almost 30 minutes sitting in the car. Not 30 minutes, no way. It was like 15 to 20 minutes sitting in the car and gasping for air, and it was really bad. Anyway, fact number 11, I was bullied severely. Like, I don't know about kindergarten. When I was in kindergarten, I was mute. So I didn't talk pretty much the whole time that I was in kindergarten. And I think I was mute because I was very frightened. I was just a frightened kid because my dad was kind of this crazy, violent guy. And I just decided that I wasn't going to talk. And to this day, I have difficulty. This is weird because I'm 31, but anyway, to this day, it doesn't, like my ABCs and the months. Oh my god, I don't know the order of the months. I just don't. And I also don't know the order of the seasons. And yeah, the ABC thing, I get confused sometimes when I'm saying that, which is which is really embarrassing but true. And I think it comes from the fact that when I was learning those things, I just wasn't participating, and I was just sitting there being this mute little kid. So yeah, and then, but I was bullied all the way through my education, like primary school and high school, and I have to say, every single year the bullying got more and more severe. So like every year it ramped up just that little bit more. Just to test me out, I guess. But yeah, it got pretty bad. People would just do terrible things all of the time. Literally, from the moment I got to school to the time I left school, there was some idiot saying something or doing something that was just completely like not nice. And then of course when I got to my house, my mom and dad were arguing and calling each other's names, and it was a world where people were not nice. So yeah. Number 12. I had a painting in a gallery. So I was saying before, when I was a kid, I used to spend a lot of time drawing, and I got pretty good. And by the time I was in high school, yeah, I think my skills were pretty ace. And somehow or another, I put a lot of time into this huge painting. It was probably 2 meters square, and it was a self-portrait. And yeah, it got in a gallery, and I was really excited about that. It was an exhibition, and it was in the newspaper. And my art teacher at the time, who put a lot of time into educating me, sorry, there is something white on my, okay, it's gone. She put a lot of extra time into teaching me about the techniques used in painting and things. In my lunch break, like a total geek and dork that I was. I actually wasn't not a dork or a geek. Actually, I was crazy. I was really crazy. I used to do a lot of stupid stuff. Stupid. And I did not care. That was the other thing. Like, teachers could yell at me all they like, but because my parents were so angry, and also because my dad was so sort of violent, I was really numb to teachers saying, hey, you have to go outside and sit in the hallway, or hey, you've got detention, or if you keep doing that, you're gonna get suspended, because it just didn't bother me. I was just so used to it. I was just like, yeah, and like, yeah. And I got bullied so bad this one time that I actually took to locking myself in the toilets. And I used to just sit on top of the toilets for hours on end, because I just couldn't deal with being out of the toilet. So yeah, and one time this teacher came to see where I was, because I left the classroom, and I was just like, no, I can't do it. I cannot deal with this, not today. And yeah, and then the teacher came, and they were like, hey, I know you're in there. And I was like, yeah, okay. And that was really cool. That was probably the only time when a teacher did anything nice to me. The rest of the time they were just being mean and just being the standard human at that time. But that was cool. That was a highlight for me. Anyway, moving on. I forgot where I was going with that, so I'm just moving on. Okay, fact 13. I wish I was either French or Canadian. And it's true, because as a kid, when I was a little kid, I used to think that I must have been French, because everybody said she looks French. And to this day, people say she looks French, or you look French. And I feel Canadian. I don't feel in any sense of the word Australian, in the culture, in the language, in the accent. That's what I mean, in the accent, not the language. In the accent, in their general ways. I just don't get it. I never have. I've just been a complete oddball all my life, and I've just thought, what are these people doing? Why are they acting like that? And it's silly. It's not that I have anything against Australians, it's just that for me it's just weird. It's like, okay, but isn't that odd? I don't know. Anyway, fact 14, I am scared of the dark. And man, that is such a true thing. God, if the power goes out, it's really scary. Yeah. I am scared of the dark, and I have night lights in case the power goes off, and I can't find my torch. I can't find the matches to light a candle. So I have my night lights for my security. So my night light at the moment is this little white rabbit. And it's cute and adorable, and it's the perfect thing for when you're freaking out, to just look at this little glowing white rabbit. So yeah, I really am very, 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 very scared of the dark, and I panic and I flip. I can't process, I can't do anything, I just freak. And I'm actually a lot better now than when I was a little kid. But it was torture when I was a kid, and had to go to the bathroom again. Why I hate going the bathroom thing, because when I was walking through the house, like, we didn't have any lights that you could, I mean, I could turn lights on, but I had to go through the dark to a certain extent to actually get to the light to begin with, and that for me was horror. Horror. And like, for me, I feel like there are things trying to grab me, and there are like all these things in the room, and they're just sort of like within hand's reach, or just out of hand's reach, I should say. And I feel like when I take a step, I'm gonna become within their hand's reach, and they're gonna like do something really bad, and it's such an intense fear. It's crazy. I've had that all my life. I don't know why, but yeah, it's like there are things in the room, and I'm going to die. It's going to be painful. So yes. Anyway, number 15. My favorite thing is writing. When I'm in my zone writing, especially with one of my favorite characters, or my favorite character at the moment, there is nothing else in the world that could be better. There is nothing else. I'm just like in my element. It's like I was born to do this. This is why I'm even alive. This is why I breathe. This is why I wake up. This is why I think. This is why I feel. It's everything to me, and I just get so involved and in there that it's different, and it's my favorite thing of all time. Absolutely. Okay, number 16. My uncle taught me to use a camera when I was a little kid. He had this massive camera that you had to put on your shoulder. It was huge, and you had to support it with your hand like this, and you had the little eye thing here. And I was probably 6 or 7, and he used to come around to our house with his cameras, and he taught me how to do the zoom in, the zoom out, and how to do fade in, fade out. And we would walk around like the river and around the forest, and not in the forest, but on the outside of the forest. And he would, I don't know, like, would focus on a big tree or something, and he would be like, okay, try to get all that tree in the shot. And we used to spend ages just doing that stuff, and it was really fun. Like, he was such a cool guy. And he would get all our clips, edit them together, and then he would add music to it, and then he would give us this video cassette, because I'm old school. I was born in 1985, so yeah, that was before internet, before mobile phones, people. I know, right? But yeah, yeah, and we used to watch it. We used to put on the TV, and we would watch all our clips, and it was great. It was really great. Number 17, I can't watch horror movies, and I think you all know why, because of the scared of the dark thing, being bullied, and all of the trauma that goes with that. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it, really. I think that says it all. Number 18, I've kept a journal since I was either 13 or 14. And I don't know why, but really, not every day, but when I was younger, I used to write in my journal every single day, or sometimes twice a day or 3 times a day, because writing has always been my outlet to all the things that are going on in my head, and I would just get them out, and they were very private to me. And I think my brother read them once, and I also have a feeling that my mom used to read them, but she never told me. And that just something inside me breaks when I even think about that, because it's just so wrong, like, you know. But yeah, I'm pretty sure she would have, because my mom's kind of like one of those people, and I only found that out like a couple of years ago, that she's one of those people that goes through other people's private things, and she kind of gets a real buzz out of it. It sounds so bad, but you know, so yeah. And I haven't got 19 and 20. I didn't write anything down. That's not great. That means I have to think right now what I'm gonna say. Yeah. Okay. Fact 19 was when I was younger, I was into long distance running, and I still do long distance running to this day, but like not as intense as back then. But yeah, I was really good at it. I never came first. I could have, and there's a story to that, but basically myself and the girl that we were like the best runners in the area where I lived, we made this pact that we were going to cross the line together. And then when we finally got to the finishing line, she decided to, yeah, go over the line. So she became second. No, she became first and I became second. And this was the other girl. She became third. And there was also this girl, aside from that, there was this other girl. She was really tall and really skinny, but she could run. And it was crazy. I used to watch her run, and it was like equal parts of love and admiration, and just being like, wow, how can she even do that? And then it was like hate, because I knew I could never get to that level, because I just didn't have, it was all in the leg, okay? It's totally all in the leg. She had longer legs, therefore her steps were longer than mine, and that was just the facts. Facts of the matter. Like, if we both came to the finishing line, at the end of the day, she would always beat me, because her legs could stretch that little bit further. Damn it! I wish I was just that little bit taller. But anyway, I want to think of something really cool for number 20, because that's just like the last one. What can I think of? Gosh, I want it to be a really good one. Damn it. Jeez, that's so hard. I can never do this. Not on the like spur of the moment thing. Oh, okay, I've got one. When I was a kid, I used to steal my mum's jewelry and take it to school. And I think I used to try to trade it for snacks, because my parents were poor and they did not buy snacks for us. And I was hungry, very hungry. And the thing I wanted most when I was a kid was just food. I just wanted to eat something nice, because my mom could not cook. She could not cook. And yeah, we were forced to eat it, because my dad was like, he would threaten to belt us if we didn't eat what was on the plate, because, you know, we were poor and there was money that went into that, therefore we had to eat it. And her cooking was so bad. I remember I would gag. I couldn't, I did, but, you know, like mentally, it was so bad. And I still can't eat food that she used to cook when I was a kid now, to this day, because the smell of it is just, it reminds me, and it's just like, ugh. But so that is broccoli, cauliflower, zucchini, those ones, and cabbage. Do not bring me. But yeah, and I used to try it. So I used to sneak into my parents' bedroom, take a piece of jewelry from my mum's jewelry box, and then yeah, try to trade it for a Mars bar or something. Something really nice, because that's how desperate I was. And one time I was so desperate to eat a Mars bar, because I saw all these kids eating Mars bars. I never had a Mars bar in my life, and I wanted to experience it. And I was like, damn it, this one day, and I stole this kid's Mars bar. That's how desperate I was to experience Mars bar, okay? And everybody found out. The teacher caught me, and like, she pointed me out, and everybody realized. And then the boy that I stole the Mars bar from, he was furious, and he was like the cool kid, and all these kids chased me and called me names, and that was pretty normal for me anyway, but still, that was pretty bad. Also, because I was mute as a kid when I was in kindergarten, I do still have, I struggle with pronunciation sometimes, and there's certain words that I really struggle with. And this is bonus 21, fact 21. I really struggle to say certain words, and I think I can't remember them all. But plastic is hard for me. There's another one too. Oh, it starts with S. I can't think of it. Damn. What is that? I can't think of it. Damn it. Okay, well, I can't think of that. But anyway, especially, that's what it is. Especially. Something else that's like with an S sound as well. And when I was a kid, I had a lot of trouble trying to pronounce this particular animal's name. Squirrel, that's it. I can remember the lady that was trying to teach me how to talk, because I missed out on learning all of the things on how to talk properly, if I said that right. Yeah, I needed a special lady to teach me, and she would sit there forever saying, "Catherine, can you please say squirrel?" And I would be like, squirrel, something stupid, and she would be like, squirrel. And it went on and on and on. Oh gosh, wow. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and seeing the WIPs that I did. And I'll probably do another video in 2 weeks time, a week's time, I'm not sure. I have to assess whenever it is that people actually do put up videos. I'm not sure if it's meant to be a weekly thing or a fortnightly thing or a monthly thing. I have no idea. I just watch videos just whenever they pop up. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll watch that, and I've never actually think to look at like when the last video was. So I'll do that, and I will become a professional floss tuber. Yes, and with that, I will say goodbye. Bye.